So right when I started live streaming, the train horn started up again. See if he honks again. He's honking right when I open the window. He honked right when I open the window. Hear him honking? He's a sync. So he's a sync. I was just outside a minute ago. Train horn syncing. And the school buses were syncing. I went to the coffee shop. There's, like when I left there, there's a school bus at each side of the intersection. Like out in front of me, up the street. I saw a school bus when I got to the intersection, and then I saw a school bus when I got across the intersection. And then the train horn started right after that. And the train horn's been going off since then. Or I think it wasn't going off, and then it started again when I started the live stream. And now it's honking right now. It's synced with me talking, I think. And then I saw the guy on the sync bike again. The guy with the orange coat. He was synced on that video at the end of the video this morning. He was synced again. He's always hanging out at that coffee shop. So he's hanging out over there. And like right when I walked up to the coffee shop, there was a car honking. Like right when I walked up to the other side of the intersection. The guy's sitting there with his orange coat. He's just sitting there though. He's always synced there. But like right when I walk up and he's like sitting there next to me, there's a car honking. So like I think he's just sitting there for the car to honk as he's sitting there next to me. But and then there's a lady walking in with her daughter, with her child synced in the coffee shop. And there's this guy in there who I think is synkhead. Pretty sure he's a synkhead. Everyone's a synkhead, so everyone looks like a synkhead and they're not, even if they're not, so I don't know. Might not have been a synkhead, probably was. He gave me synkhead vibes. But maybe he's not. I see a school bus again. He was synced with Whitey's at the intersection with the school bus. I hear the train horn. I'm going to start to walk across my apartment right now. The train horn. Good morning, train horn, stalker. Honk and wake all the stalkers up so they can come out and stalk. So, stalkered up. It's gonna be another long stalkered up day of stalker things. It's gonna be a million other train horns or sirens or whatever stalker things are gonna happen that I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be horns honking, or train horns, or sirens, or all of the above, or people coughing, or whatever it's gonna be. It's gonna be synced. It's gonna be someone coughing as a train horn honks, or whatever it's gonna be. It's gonna be synced. It's gonna be all day synced. And it's gonna be synced all day. I see a sync parade driving by of sync heads. I see a sync truck driving out of the parking lot synced with them. I hear the train horn as he drives out of the parking lot. There's someone dumping a dumpster as he drives by me out of the parking lot. There's a bird flying up as she walks away from the dumpster. And the bird is flying over her as she walks behind the corner of the building, out of sight. Like flying over the corner of the building as she walks behind it. It walked out as she was walking away from the dumpster and then flew over her as she walked out of sight. Or did I say the bird walked out? It flew out. You know what I mean. Sync. The bird is sync. That's what I'm trying to say. And then, like I said this morning, the wind was synchronizing a bunch of times. Like that place over by, like across from, like Fenders, kind of. It's like that wooden, where they drive by all the time. Over at that place, the wind was synchronizing, and then the wind was synchronizing at a bunch of different intersections, like over and over at intersections. And it's not like I'm walking around a building and then the wind is blowing. Like, it's not like I walk around the building and the wind's coming around. You know what I mean? Like, it's not me imagining it. The wind is synchronized. It's blowing straight at me up the sidewalk. Like, straight directly at me up the sidewalk. So, like, when I walk up to the intersection, it just starts getting windy all of a sudden. Like, it's not like I'm walking around the building, it's windy. You know what I mean? It's blowing straight up the sidewalk at me. So, it kept happening at, like, multiple different intersections and at the train tracks and, like, all these different synchronized places. Before the video this morning that was happening. And then the wind died down, so I turned the camera on and started recording. And then it synchronized a few more times when I was recording, and you can hear it at the one street. I haven't watched the whole video yet, but you can hear the wind synchronizing at the one street. There's been other videos where I've caught it synchronizing. I see cars synchronizing and a school bus synchronizing with the cars right now. Another yellow school bus synchronizing. It's the short bus. I saw a synchronized short bus. I saw synchronized cars again. I see a bunch of synchronized cars right now. And then one of them's coming in the parking lot. Synchronized with other cars, a lot of them, just more and more of them. I see red cars synchronized with each other. The truck drove by me synchronized with more cars driving out synchronized. There's more and more of them driving out synchronized. There's a truck that turned into the parking lot synchronized. There's also a guy that got in a car. It was probably synchronized. I think it looks synchronized with the other cars behind him, but it's a lot of things happening though, so he probably got in the car synchronized. Looks like he's starting his car as his truck is turning into the parking lot. And then this other car came in the parking lot as the truck drove by me and, like, turned to park when he drove by me. So it's synced up out there still. It's synced hearted. Harp syncs with the weather machine. I see synced lightning and thunder when it's a thunderstorm. I see synced wind. It was synced wind a bunch of times this morning. You can believe me or not, but it was synced as fuck. At a bunch of different intersections, it was synced. I heard another car honk this morning. Like when I was before I was recording, I heard a car honk. Just like it was like quiet for a minute, and then I just hear his car like honk. That sync moment. But the other one at the coffee shop was just like honk 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 honk. It was like right when I get across the street, it was doing that. It was like right over nearby. So this whitey just pulled up and parked in the parking lot, and then I heard a car honk as he starts to back up again or whatever he's doing. Is he taking off again? I think he's just taking off again. I think he pulled up and parked and took off again, or maybe he was parked there. I don't know. I think he just pulled up and then he pulled out synced with another whitey truck and all these other stalkers that are stalkered up with each other, and another whitey truck and another white SUV. And another white SUV, and another white SUV, and a bunch of other black and silver cars that are synced. So, just wanted to say all that. I'll be back later with more videos later.